Category rules, documentary. Category definition. A documentary is an audio-visual presentation that uses multiple source types such as images, video, and sound to communicate student participants' historical argument, research, and interpretation of their topic's significance in history. Documentary elements. The documentary must be an original production. To produce their documentary, student participants must have access to equipment and be able to operate it. The documentary must conform to all general and category rules. Time requirements. Documentaries may not exceed 10 minutes in length. Timing of the documentary begins when the first visual image appears or the first sound is heard. Timing does not include time used to test sound or video. Timing of the documentary ends when the last visual image or sound concludes, including source credits. Student participants will have up to 5 minutes to prepare their documentary for presentation, adjust volume, etc. Student participants will have 5 minutes following their documentary to remove their equipment and participate in an interview with the judges. Documentary introduction. Student participants announce only the title of their documentary and their names before the start of their documentary. Additional comments before or during the presentation, including live narration, are prohibited. Student involvement and operations. Student participants must be able to provide, open, and run the file containing their documentary. Once the documentary begins, it must run on its own. No interaction of any kind with the judges or the audience is allowed. Judges are not permitted to run any equipment. Entry production. Student participants must create and produce their entry. Student participants must operate all equipment, including recording and editing equipment, used in the production of their documentary. Only the student participants may write and narrate their documentary script. Only the student participants and the persons they interview may appear in the documentary. Student participants using materials created by others specifically for the use in their entry is prohibited. Student participants may use professional photographs, film, recorded music, etc. in their documentary, as long as they credit the sources properly. Source credits. The last portion of the documentary must be a list of acknowledgments and credits for sources of moving footage, interviews, music, and images that appear in the documentary. These source credits must be brief, i.e., not full bibliographic citations with annotations. Items found in the same collection can be included together in one credit. Example: Multimedia, A Distant Shore, African Americans of D-Day, Saving Private Ryan. Images provided by the Library of Congress and the World War II Museum. Sound bites provided by the World War II Museum. Video clips provided by the Library of Congress and History. Interviews: Don Jackson, Martha Erickson, Charlotte Weiss, and Jimmy Kinea. The list of source credits is included in the 10-minute time limit. They must be readable. All sources, e.g. music, images, film/media clips, interviews, books, websites, used in the making of the documentary must be properly cited in the annotated bibliography. Required written materials. Student participants will provide their required written materials for judging and will hopefully have extra copies, as suggested in the handbook. Your responsibility as a judge. The judge's evaluations are meant to help student participants improve their work in the future by highlighting their project's strengths and areas for improvement. If student participants move on to the next contest level, your evaluations will help them with ideas for revisions and enhancements. Even if they don't, your evaluations will help them learn from their mistakes. Therefore, be detailed in your assessment of their project on the evaluation form. Thank you.